Good afternoon. Welcome to the final preview video of the 2022 Warrenton's finest fantasy football league season. It is I, your commissioner, a dejected loser once again. It is me, Jeff Darling, coming to you from the beautiful views of Tegucigalpa, Honduras. Happy to come to you here to recap what happened in our semifinals. It was what a week to remember. We had 4 teams facing off in their most important games of the season. Gone fishing, Matt, who has been in the league, I think, for 3 or 4 years, a relative newcomer compared to some old heads like me and Mike and, well, literally everybody else except for this person, Greg, who just barely came in to the league this year. But he's not young, he's old, he's decrepit. His name's the Wanakee Squirrel Salads. The other semifinal matchup was our defending league champion, Mike Weiss, trying to get back to defend his title in the actual title game, going up against Uncle Touchdown, the highest scoring team in the league. And what a matchup it was. Although, Sean, perhaps I did some foreshadowing in my storytelling of my recounting of the events here, because the highest scoring team in the league got a case of the Jeffs. And decided, you know what? Even though I've been averaging 122 points every single week, I think I'll just put up a real big stinker of a one. Now, early on, Sean, I was quite concerned with you picking Justin Fields over the man that's brought you to the playoffs, Joe Burrow. But here's the only consolation to you losing 123.9 to 86. There was nothing you could have done. There's no combination for your bench players and your starters that would have led to you winning based on their point output. That's just the way it was. And you know what? That makes it easier, because say that starting Justin Fields was the losing move for you, you would have that would have been terrible. But you lost and you couldn't do anything. Mike just scored a lot. He scored a lot of points, and that's exactly what people want to see from the defending league champion. A guy that sits out on a bye week. Did he deserve it? It appears so. The other round, so condolences, Sean. Congratulations, Mike, for heading back to the finals. The other matchup, Matt against the Squirrel Salads. Matt, the second highest scoring average team. I was the third, and I'm out already. So apparently the key here is don't score a lot of points all season long and somehow become the first and second seed of the entire league, and you'll win, because that's what happened for Mike. That's what happened for Greg. It did come down to the final games. It came down, Matt had a 102.5 to, I think, 98 lead going into the Monday night game, but Greg had 2 players left to play, and they were able to pull it out, 114.9 to 102.5. Now, Matt, the message I had for Sean doesn't quite hold up here, because you did have a couple starts, a couple people on your teams where if you had swapped them around, it's possible you could have won. Notably looking at A.J. Brown, notably looking at, I don't even know how to say this name, Fryermuth. I mean, I understand why you didn't start a guy with the last name of Fryermuth. But what are you going to do? That's fantasy. They score 144 for you one week, and then 102 the next week. That's just the way it works. So, sorry, Matt, you made a valiant effort. You made it to the semifinals. That's the furthest and best you've done, so you're heading in the right direction. Greg, congratulations. Like I said in our chat, who do you think you are? Well, I guess we'll find out, because, I guess I should recap. So our title match is going to be Midnight Mike, going against the Wanakee Squirrel Salads for title of league champion, for the booty, the prize, and the booty, maybe. But yeah, let's go ahead and go through the other ones. In our irrelevant game, I beat Jason 100 to 79. Too little too late, Jeff. The one thing I did want to point out here is that I believe with a score of 114 from Greg and Mike's score of 123, they would have beaten every other single team this week. It would have been close. I mean, the Weasel had 113.6, but I bring this up because everybody else, I know a lot of times in the playoffs you're eliminated and your team still puts up a lot of points, but this week we would have lost to the guys that had the bye week. We would have lost, every single one of us. So the 2 people, in my view, that are most deserving of moving on for that week, even though it kills me to say it, that it's not me, They're moving on. So looking at other scores, the Weasel and Bye Week in the Poop Bowl, this was actually a pretty exciting matchup where like Brandon had no chance at all to win, and yet somehow, I think through huge performances from like Cam Akers and another dude, had a chance, but then still lost. So Brandon, I believe you've lost both games in this round, or maybe I could be mistaken. The Queen lost to Team Touchdown. Team Touchdown is undefeated in our Poop Championship Bowl. He goes up against Mike Olcup, who is also undefeated, starting now. Apparently he wanted that. Mike, I think you're technically on like a 5 or 6 game win streak, just too little too late. Your team didn't quite figure it out until it was too late, but encouraging to see some close matchups there. So looking up to our final week, hang on, let me just get this here. I'm only going to preview the most exciting one, which is the championship. Right now, projection, Squirrel Salads 113, Team Midnight 110.6. It is very close. 51% projected odds for Greg to win. Michael went through all the betting things. Please contact him or your local bookie if you want to make some side wagers on this. It all comes down to, I believe, it won't wrap up until Monday night. Greg's people will all be done after the 4 o'clock games, so that's helpful. So we should know most of the story by that point, but we won't know how it ends until after the Monday night game. So Mike, thanks for just squeezing out every last second of the season. So we'll go with winner of that, and then the winner of Dan and Michael. Right now, Dan's projected to lose 86 to 100. So Dan, you might want to check out your lineup so that you can maybe get your buy-in back, even if you have to eat the chip, which we do need to schedule a time for you to do that. Anyways, I need to go do things with my family since I'm here on vacation and stop talking to an iPad looking like an idiot on this balcony. But anyways, hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas, and I will talk to you guys next year. Or I don't think I'll be doing, I fly back on New Year's Eve, so yeah, I will not be doing a winter recap video until, 2023. There you have it, folks. All right, well, have an excellent rest of your day. I will see you all later. Farewell.